Hi, I'm Eli Prinsen from hybridvocaltechnique.com. Today's video is going to be on warming up. All right, it's probably been done a million times, but this is a different take on the warm up. The reasons why everyone's like, why do I need to warm up? Some people, believe it or not. Why should I warm up? I'll get my warm up in the first 2 songs that I sing on stage. Okay. Or I warm up. My voice gets tired if I do a warm up. Well, that might be true. You might not be using your voice properly, or may not be using it to its fullest potential. That's where I come in. Okay. So a warm up. Why would we use a warm up? Well, I'm going to take you back in time a little bit. All right. This is before the home recording studio, before Pro Tools and computer recording. Okay. Back in the olden days when I was growing up and when I was recording albums, the first stuff that I recorded, used to have to go to a professional recording studio back in the analog days and pay for recording time. Okay, so it wasn't like you could use 3.5 years, spend 3.5 years sitting in front of your computer on Pro Tools and make everything perfect. Back in those days, we had to, between the bands, save up as much cash as we could and try to get us, between 6 and 10 songs done with, in like a day, between 1 and 3 days. Okay. Everything, all the instruments. So in those days, the warm up was basically saving you money. It was important. Okay. Because it's not just about getting blood to the vocal folds or getting yourself ready to go, getting stretched out, but also getting your mind involved, also getting the pitch accuracy going, getting the brain connected with the voice, right? So what are the best, in my opinion, okay, the best components of a good warm-up are, one, what most coaches will tell you, good lip rolls, lip burbles, whatever you want to call them, lip trills, okay? All that is they can be done in a multitude of different scales, 5 tones, arpeggios, octaves, 2 octaves, 3 octaves, whatever, sirens, okay? Doesn't matter. But basically when you do those, however you do them, that is relaxing, all right? It is shutting down the swallowers, the muscles that make the larynx rise when you swallow, like right here. When you swallow, that brings the larynx up, okay? When you do lip rolls, it disengages that activity, okay? So your larynx is free to sit right in the neutral position or dampened if you are taking that route, okay? So it shuts that activity down, and also it brings blood to your vocal cords. So you're getting loosened up, you're promoting good activity by doing lip trills. They're great. Okay. Now you can always add wonderful things to those lip rolls, and I talk about that in my program, the HVT Master Series Ultimate Vocal Training Program. I teach everything on there. Okay. So lip rolls, always a great place to start. Great. Okay. Next, I always encourage what I call thinning and tipping the voice out, okay? And that is where we get rid of the fat shoutiness to the voice, okay? Which some bel canto coaches used tongue slides or zippers, okay? And all that would be like, which is one way of doing it, or which is the way I do it and the way I teach it, okay? So those exercises thin and brighten up the sound. They help you to get rid of shouting, because if you try to shout with that, it won't work. It'll get stuck. It'll never fuse and blend with the upper registers, okay? So lip trills, great. Tongue slides, zippers, whatever you use with your coach, great. Okay. Then you don't want to forget about the pitch accuracy. Okay. So If you're using resonance encouragers like I do in HVT, which is like humming and other things that encourage resonance at the beginning of your warm-up, it's right on with those pitches. Okay? So when you first start, usually in the mornings, especially if you have an early session or something, a lot of times the brain is not in tune with those notes and it drags, the pitch drags. You'll notice it right off the bat. That's what I'm talking about connecting your mind with your voice. So think ahead, think the sound that you want before and while you're making it when you're warming up, all right? So you connect the two, give yourself a chord. Think about that sound, go slow at first. Okay, match those notes, because at first if it's all over the place, your mind's somewhere else. You're still sleepy, you're still groggy, you're not warmed up. Okay, so it's more than just going in a room and screaming your head off to get warmed up. When you sing, when you have a trained voice, if you train with me or with another vocal coach, and you learn good vocal technique, the warm-up becomes more than just shouting and screaming to get ready to sing. It becomes getting all the components that are going to allow you to use the max of your voice for the max amount of time. They all come into play. Some warm-ups take longer, or excuse me, some people tend to take longer to warm up. And in my experience, and from personal experience and with my students, that time that it takes you to get warmed up gets less and less the more you do them. The voice adapts. It does warm up faster after a while because it builds up muscle memory. It's easier to find the right placement. It's easier to find the resonance. It's easier to get involved, get your mind involved because you're doing it more. Okay? So if you're thinking, well, it takes me an hour to get warmed up and before I can even sing, and then, I'm just so tired after that. Well, maybe you ought to seek out some vocal instruction, okay? I cover all of this in the Master Series Ultimate Vocal Training Program, everything from warming your voice up, cooling it down, training every register for maximum range, power, quality, everything, stamina, endurance, you name it, it's in there, all right? So hope this was helpful to you. All right. And also one more thing, always go through your warm up when you get done singing. Okay. You can call it a warm down, a cool down, whatever you'd like. The point is that you don't stop singing, just like stop singing after a huge demand on your vocal folds, a huge effort for like an hour, and then just stop out of nowhere and stop singing. If you will go through the same thing you did when you warmed your voice up, the little things that I showed you and that I teach on my program, your voice will be healthier, and also it will take you less time to get warmed up the next day. Your voice will warm up quicker, okay? So it's a good idea. Always cool and thin that voice down before you stop singing. Just don't stop like hitting a brick wall, okay? Have a great day. Hope this helped you. I'm Eli from hybridvocaltechnique.com. If you need help with your voice, head over there right now, pick up the Master Series Ultimate Vocal Training Program 2.0, and it will change your singing life. Okay? Take care.